Deep inside a beautiful forest near a quiet mountain village lived a tiny red fox named Rusty. Unlike the other foxes, Rusty was gentle and kind. He never stole food from birds or frightened smaller animals. Instead, he shared whatever little he found. Many animals laughed at him. "You were too kind to survive," they would say. Rusty only smiled and walked away. Every morning he searched for berries, fresh water, and fallen fruit. Although he had very little, he was thankful for every new day. One sunny afternoon, a family from the nearby town came to the forest for a picnic. Among them was a curious 6-year-old boy named Ethan. While his parents prepared lunch, Ethan chased a colorful butterfly deep into the woods. The butterfly disappeared. When Ethan looked around, his parents were nowhere to be seen. The forest suddenly felt huge. "Mom," he called. "Dad." Only the wind answered. Tears filled his eyes as he wandered deeper into the trees. Not far away, Rusty heard soft crying. He quietly followed the sound and found the frightened little boy sitting beside a fallen tree. The fox slowly stepped closer. At first Ethan became scared. But Rusty's warm eyes looked gentle, not dangerous. "Are you going to help me?" Ethan whispered. Rusty wagged his fluffy tail and began walking away, stopping every few steps to make sure Ethan followed. Believing the little fox knew the way, Ethan followed him through the forest. As evening approached, dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder echoed across the mountains. Heavy rain poured down. The narrow forest paths became slippery, and the small river began rising quickly. Rusty suddenly smelled danger. He noticed that the wooden bridge ahead had been damaged by the rushing water. If Ethan crossed it, the bridge could collapse. Rusty jumped in front of the boy and blocked the path. "What is it?" Ethan asked. Before Ethan could move, the bridge suddenly cracked and fell into the roaring river below. Ethan gasped. "You saved me." But they were still trapped. The river continued rising, cutting off their path home. Rusty searched for another way. After several minutes, he found a fallen tree stretching across the river. It was the only chance. Rusty carefully stepped onto the slippery log. Ethan slowly followed behind him. Halfway across, the wet log shifted. Ethan lost his balance. He screamed as he began slipping toward the rushing water. Without hesitation, Rusty leapt forward. He grabbed Ethan's jacket with his teeth. Using all his strength, the little fox held on while digging his claws into the bark. The powerful current splashed against them. Rusty's paws began slipping. He was exhausted. Still, he refused to let go. At that moment, rescue workers searching the forest heard Ethan's cries. "Ethan, over here," one rescuer shouted. They rushed toward the river with ropes. Within moments they pulled Ethan safely onto solid ground. Rusty, weak and soaked, collapsed beside the riverbank. A rescuer gently picked him up. "He saved the boy," Ethan cried. "If it wasn't for him, I would have fallen into the river." Soon Ethan's parents arrived. His mother hugged him tightly, crying with relief. His father looked at the small fox resting quietly in a blanket. He knelt beside Rusty. "You risked your life to save our son," he said softly. The family took Rusty to a wildlife rescue center where veterinarians treated his injuries. For several weeks, Ethan visited him every day. The little fox quickly recovered. When the time came for Rusty to return to the forest, Ethan hugged him one last time. "I'll never forget you," he whispered. The rescue center built a protected area in the forest where Rusty could live safely. The villagers placed signs asking visitors to protect the forest animals, especially the brave little fox who had become a hero. From that day on, everyone respected the tiny fox that nobody had believed in. Rusty never asked for rewards. He only wanted one thing, to help someone in need. And the people learned an unforgettable lesson. True courage is not measured by size or strength. It is measured by the willingness to risk everything to save another life. The little fox who once wandered the forest alone became a symbol of hope, kindness, and bravery, a hero whose